Okay, artists, today we are going to finish our cityscapes. You will get back your background paper and your prints. Now when you get your background paper, you want to take your prints and lay them out. And kind of decide, you probably want your least favorite print in the background and your best print right in the front. You want to make sure that they're going to fit on the paper a certain way. If you bunch them all close together, you don't really see the green one back there. And if you space them out too far apart, when you put them on your paper, and you don't really plan it out, you might see the sky between these two cities, and that wouldn't make sense. So you want to make sure that before you start gluing any cities down, that you have them kind of lined up. And the way to make sure that once you get it set, now you could have 4 cities. Maybe you're like Mrs. Gearing, I only had time to print 3 good ones. Whatever you have, put down. If you're like, I do have 5 cities, but I don't want 5 cities on here, then pick 3 to 5. So if it's 3, do 3. If it's 4, whatever number of prints you like the best that you want to put on your picture, go for it. Once I have my cities lined up, this is exactly where I want them. I'm going to hold down these 3 and take off the first one and draw. Oop, they shifted on me, so I better check to make sure this is still going to work. This is super important. As you take off one, use this as a ruler to draw a line where the next one's going to go. Then take that one off and draw a line where this one is. And then when you take the next one off, otherwise you're going to not know where to glue these down when you put glue behind them. Okay, so this is where each of them is going to go when I put glue on the back of it. Before I take this yellow one off, if you didn't get a chance and you wanted clouds in your sky or you wanted a sun or something in the air, feel free to take oil pastels and use this to kind of know where everything is. I can see that the top of this is at my yellow. I might want to add some fluffy clouds that I didn't get a chance, or because of the way we painted them, it wouldn't have really worked to have them in my picture, but you might want them in now. So I'm going to add some clouds at the top here. Obviously I don't need clouds down here because they will be covered up by my cities. And when I'm done doing that, maybe I've decided up here I do want like a little sun peeking out from the clouds. I might add a little orange to it, just a subtle, and a little white. Ooh, that white had blue on it. All right, so once I feel like my sun up here behind the clouds, maybe I want a little blue underneath my clouds. So you can kind of play around with adding things into your sky for your cityscape. All right, I'm going to add some white on top to kind of mix it. When I feel like my background is ready to go, it's time to start gluing. There are 2 ways that I'm going to be gluing this down. No matter what, I want to glue this one down flat. There are 2 versions. You can do a flat one where you just lay them down and glue them. You can see it's flat. Or if you want your cities to kind of pop out, I've put cardboard on each layer so that my city kind of stands out. It's kind of hard to tell in the video. But these cities that I stacked stick out, and these are flat. So no matter what, this first one needs to be glued down. So I'm going to take a glue bottle and make sure you get one that works. And make sure you get glue on the edge. Don't sit and just put a big glob in the center and smack it on. You want to make sure that it's not going to peel up. You also don't want to put big gobs all along the edge where when you push down it all squirts out and makes a big mess. I'm going to spread this out a little bit. It's kind of like dot dot, not a lot. It's just a little bit of glue along the edges, so you can see, and some in the middle. Now that line there helps me because I know exactly where this needs to go. I line it up with that line, and I push down and I maybe count to 5 in my head to make sure that it's going to stay. Now my next one, if I'm just doing them flat, I would put glue on the back and put it right down. Now, however, if you want it to pop out, before you put this down, you're going to want to put some cardboard. I have cardboard at the pink table. You can just grab a couple And you're gonna put a piece of cardboard down to make it kind of pop out from the yellow one, so it's at a different level than the yellow city. So I'm gonna put glue on both sides of the cardboard, glue it down, and then of course I need glue on this side of the cardboard. And then I'm going to, and you can do more than two if you want, you know, you have a tower that you want to pop out. So if I want to put one here to help hold up that tower or down here, feel free to add as many pieces of cardboard as you feel you need. All right, I'm going to do this tower right here because I know that's going to go. Now I take this other piece, need a little bit of glue on my cardboard on this side, and I'm going to line it up with the next line I have. But this time I'm just kind of gluing where the cardboard is. So really, I didn't need to put glue on my city at all. Okay, the next step for my next print is I'm going to be putting 2 stacks of cardboard to make it even a little higher than the blue one. So I get some glue, and I'm making sure that I'm putting these cardboard before this next line. So maybe I'll do 3 rows of cardboard. And these are going to need to be stacked 2 high. So a little bit of glue on this one and add it. So hopefully you're getting the idea. Each city needs to be a little bit higher. Again, if you're like, I don't want to do this, that's, you know, it's kind of a challenge. If you want to challenge yourself and make it a little bit different, feel free. But if you're like, well, it's not really about the challenge. I just like the look of the other one better. Feel free to just glue them down flat. All right, when I get my, I'm only doing 2 layers. Get glue on this for my next city. And now the cardboard is going to want to slide a bit, so you really, once you get it on, just kind of leave it to let it stick and line it up with the line down here. And my next cardboard would be 3 high. So I would stack these 3 high across, and I would glue this one on there. So have some fun with it, make it your own. When you're done, you're going to fill out a 3-2-1. Now this is new to you. We haven't done this before for 3rd grade. The 3-2-1s are over by my desk area. There's a big sign over there that explains how to fill it out. The 3 stands for 3 things you learned during this project. To give you a little tip, we talked about printmaking. What does that involve? What things did you learn about this process of printmaking? Number 2 is 2 things you like about your artwork. So for me, I might say I like my shops or the windows I made, or maybe I like how my clouds turned out with that little shadow underneath. So 2 things you like about your work and 1 thing you changed. So if I changed this, maybe I wouldn't add my sun or something that, if you could do it all over again, what would you do? Okay? This 3-2-1 needs to be glued to the back of your piece with your name on it, and all of this goes on the drying rack to be turned in. Have fun.